Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Avax. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check that out. It's going to be in the top right hand corner of this video. Watch that before watching this one so that you have more context. Now, if you want to support Ukraine and the Ukrainian refugees or the Ukrainian military, you can do so by donating using the links down below. Those will take you to official websites. The money does not go through me in any sort of capacity. Thank you all for supporting the channel, and let's get on with the TA. So, taking a look at AVAX on the daily chart, obviously, we have our Fibonacci retracement that I've had for a very, very long time, and we cover it every single video, just in case there are new viewers who don't know what is going on. So we have the swing low here on the Fib retracement, and we have the swing high over here in February of 2021. From there, we rallied into the 1.414 at $130. I did tell you to take some profits here because that was getting that was a good resistance level, and we were getting a bit overextended. So from there, obviously, we saw the pretty huge pullback, I want to say, here in January, and then we started a little uptrend, and we dropped into May. So that's regarding AVAX and the little history lesson there. So moving in and zooming into the charts right now. So what is happening? We are in a symmetrical triangle. Let me just change the color of the trend lines so that they stand out a little bit more and it's easier for you guys to see. So the pink trend lines represent a symmetrical triangle, which doesn't have a bias to the upside or to the downside. But if you want to measure the breakout, then you only have to bring out the trend line from the top of the triangle where it was created to the bottom. And basically what you do here is you place the trend line at the point of the breakout where you're expecting the breakout. So let's say we get a breakout closer to September 20th. Well, then that takes you all the way up here, and your target would be here at $73. Now, do I think that is going to happen? I don't know. And I really don't think this is going to happen in September. Rather, getting closer to November, then I would be expecting a move to the upside and a potential break out of this pattern if we don't lose the support of the pattern by that point. Because with the inflation data coming in very soon, and with the FOMC meeting happening on September, I think 21st or 20th, we could really get a lot of bearish news, and the Bitcoin could drop and altcoins will follow, obviously. So let's be a little bit more conservative here and say if we do break out of this symmetrical triangle, we're going to be looking at $60.40, which is the swing high, or the swing low, I should say, of the Fib retracement. Actually, it is the swing high, I do apologize. So this is the all-time high that we printed in February. From there, we had a pullback into the July bottoms, and from there we had the rally into November of 2021, and going into this year's November, we could see a move, but I doubt it's going to be as strong as it was here from October all the way up to November. So if we try to measure this move, so this is around about 200%. So let's say we're going 200% from here. Let's pick this bottom in August and going into November, 200%. So approximately that would take us, to $55, $50. We could even go to $60. But then again, that's a pretty strong move for a mid-cap project like Avax. And keep in mind, they do have a lawsuit at their hands right now. They're really doing something terrible, in my opinion, going after. Well, I'm not going to get into it. You probably know all about that. But yeah, I'm not buying into Avax at the moment. I don't think I will be for the near future, because a lot of other altcoins that I'm buying into have, a lot more potential, in my opinion, and a lot more room to grow. So you do have this symmetrical triangle, and below you can see I do have a buy zone from $16.74 all the way down to $16.05. And this is where we bounced off of in July once again, in June a couple of times. We did drop below it, but that was briefly. So for the most part, this is your immediate buy zone below us. Then you have the 0.236 at $14.50, and below that you have the buy zone that I have from last year's pullback in July and June, and as you can see, it's anywhere from $10.66 all the way to $9.40. So this is the zone that we retested before eventually going parabolic into November. So yeah, this is regarding the daily chart. Let's take a look at the RSI on the daily chart here and see what's going on here. So as you can see, we do have a couple of resistance trend lines. We broke through the blue trend line in June, which is a bullish statement, all right, because that was the resistance that we couldn't break through in August last year, in November last year, in February this year. We managed to have a little fake out here in March, but then we were rejected from the blue trend line once again in June. So now we're looking for the back test of support, and hopefully we can see that back test of support if we have another capitulation. We don't want to lose the blue trend line. Next up, we have the red trend line where you have touches in November last year, you have a touch in April, then you had a little fake out over here, as you can see, and right now there's a possibility that you're going to run into this resistance once again and get sent back down. So be careful. If you want to take some profits at this level, that is understandable, but keep in mind, if you do break through the red trend line, we could see a massive move to the upside, potentially getting into the overbought zone. So just, I don't know, spread out your sell orders. Don't sell all at once. That wouldn't be smart because, like I said, and like I have been saying for a very long time, if you break through diagonal resistance, multi-month resistance trend lines, you tend to see strong impulses to the upside. So just keep that in mind and be careful. If you're buying into Avax right now, I would say, you know, it's still good to buy, right? Because you're sitting at $20. I apologize about that. I just got a call in Discord and I had to, so I had to pick up for a second. So yeah, like I said, if you want to buy in for the long term, right now is a good time to do so because you're potentially looking at a 10x if we get to $200 down the line, which I think is possible for Avax. But yeah, you have your RSI, you have your daily price action charts. Let's switch over to the Binance website. Moving over to the weekly chart, you do have a buy zone here from $14 all the way down to $12. This is a buy zone I have on the Binance website. Obviously a bearish cross with the 20 EMA crossing below the 55 EMA. I would look for a rejection off the 20 EMA here at $31 right now. That would be a great area to take some profits if we were to have a relief rally. Also very bullish setup here for a potential uptrend because you do have a low, you have a lower high, or a higher low, I should say, and then you have a high here. So if we manage to break this high here, this could be a very, very good sign that we're starting an uptrend here going into November. So what we could do is just set up a fib retracement, and we would have a target at $44, which is closer to the 55 daily weekly EMA, I should say. And this is basically how I got this is I took this low that we printed in August, and I took the high that we printed in August as well. From the low to the high to the left side. So you take the low, you take the high, you get the 1.618, and that's $44.18. If you want to get the settings that I have for my fib retracement, then you can stop the video and just get all the levels that you have here and change all the settings. I have my values, I have the labels on the right side, I have it set up in reverse, and the fib levels are set to log scale. So that's regarding the weekly chart. Also here you can see that we are in a broadening descending wedge. And potentially, if we do see a breakout, you have a resistance level here at 59, and you have a resistance here at 68 on the index. So be careful if you manage to break through this multi-month resistance trend line on the weekly RSI. That's a bullish sign that we're flipping into an uptrend going into November. And so far, everything's been going very well with the MACD. So potentially, we're going to see a strong move here, just like we did when we had the bullish cross last August, and here we have a bullish cross in August. So potentially you could see a very strong move into November and December, but I don't think it's going to be as bullish as this was here because this was in a bull market and this is not. So that's regarding the stochastic, that's regarding the stochastic here. I would wait until we drop into the oversold zone here if you want to buy the bottoms really. But waiting for this, you potentially could miss out on another move to the upside. So based on the weekly RSI right now, I would say it's a very good point to start dollar cost averaging into AVAX. Now, I don't want to take any more of your time. This has been everything that I wanted to talk about. If I missed anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and feel free to join me on Patreon. I drop in my low cap gems in there. I drop in my trade alerts. You guys request technical analysis and video reviews on certain projects and coins, and I started a podcast series on the Patreon. So if you want some background noise, that's also something that you can find there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace out.